दिखते भी नहीं है फील्ड के बंदे को।
Slapped. Can't afford to be out there. Fielder's just come up from out there. Back-to-back boundaries. 17 for none.
You're a small business owner. You don't have time to waste. That's why you go to Biz2 Credit for funding. Our simple application makes it easy to get fast financing. Time for funding? It's time for Biz2 Credit.
Was going to be a change there. Siddiqui had his hat off, ready to bowl, and the skipper just had a change of heart. Hyder Ali is going to give another one too.
I think that's going to mean that Mohammad Rohit will take a rest and Siddiqui will bowl from the opposite end. To do. Ben Allen. His innings off to a flying start.
Slightly as much as you get in this power play from Hyder Ali. 3 boundaries in that last over. Back to back in the over. That's where the fielding came up from. Chennai Super Kings involved, there's always a bigger cheer.
Good from Hyder Ali. It's an open from Rohit. First one, comes back nicely. His second.
Just mix it up too much. To try and spin it too much. Tries to bring the stumps into play. Drag on or an LBW. The batter probably worried about one that just does you for pace on the inside edge. Want to try and open up the offside if you can, but he's not giving you any room.
This was an astonishing answer.
Very good from him again. 2 overs for 8, 22 for none. previous over. Now brought on at that far end. Sounded good off the bat, and it goes all the way into the stands.
First ball from Siddiqui just floated up in and around that middle and leg stump. Van Allen does not need a second invitation when it's there. Real power, short side of the ground, toe end of the bat.
That's his shot. If you ask me, the one shot that is his go-to, it is a pick-up over wide mid-on. It's not a slog. Sometimes does it with a straight bat, as he did there. So far, it's up, it's off. There's no swing. Try and drag your length back a fraction. And batters will be expecting that as well. It's not as simple as that. I'm going to bowl a bit shorter. Batters will know you're going to adjust your length. They may hang back and pick it up square of the wicket.
Allen's opening partner, Tim Simon. He's had a really good time of it the last 18 months or so. Go back to 2021. Now, his early career, massive fan of Brendan McCullum. From everything, just mimicked Brendan McCullum in every way possible. Keeping, batting, everything. He then started to play some franchise cricket about 2 or 3 years ago with another great international player. He switched from Brendan McCullum to copy simply who, yes? South African.
Bath. A little scoop and it goes all the way. Beautifully played. We've seen some power from Allen. We've now seen a little deft touch.
If you're watching the net session prior to the Afghanistan game, you saw Van Allen doing a lot of this. Yes, the range hitting, the power hitting down the ground, but he was also practicing this shot a lot. Getting inside the line, flicking it leg side, and very comfortable in the end.
Another change in the field. Third comes up inside the circle, or wide third does. And there's a deep mid-wicket. So again, can't be wide. That far end has been expensive. Hyder Ali 2 overs for 8. Other end expensive.
Yeah, you got it. That's Faf du Plessis. Have a look at this. He went away from wanting to be like Brendan McCullum. Decided he wanted to be like Faf du Plessis after playing a few franchise tournaments with him.
Only difference, you say, is the split grip on the bat, although it's slightly split, but not as much as Faf. You see so much of the bat grip there. Two good players to copy, mind.
His form as Faf has been better than his form as Brendan.
Starting to look a little bit sloppy. Azim will have to keep an eye on this.
Should have cleaned this up, I think. Nicky, and that's, yeah, just lazy, just a little bit lazy on it.
Average and the strike rate since those changes, or roughly around about those changes. And again, a misfield. This one will count more than a single. It will be a boundary.
That's the skipper as well. What do I see? Got a cross, okay. Wrap the hands around it. Piece of timing. Tim Seifert coming forward, meeting the ball. He got there, but you should have wrapped the mitts around it. No excuses here either. This outfield pristine and been relayed in the last year.
Up and over, very expensive over, two very expensive overs from that end. New Zealand on the charge, 44 for none from 4.
So far the signs are exactly that. Either alley has been brilliant, but the seam up hasn't worked so far for the UAE.
22 from that last over. His first over, expensive. Parashar now into the attack.
It's not always ideal to compare bowler. He is a similar type of bowler to Mujib. Got the flicker out of the front of the hand. He's the one that leaves the right-hander, the little off-spinner that comes back in. Young man.
Basically, it's Mujib against Faf. Does he keep his setup? The high back lift and the tap. There's the tap off the seamer, definitely. It's in a very strong position. Legs slightly out the way. Finds the gap there. Slightly lower back lift, isn't it, against the spinner? He doesn't do the high back lift. Most batters get a bit lower against spin to pick up length, and that's what he's done very well there.
I was looking at our graphic that came up earlier, and the least of Tim Seifert's strengths were power. I feel he'll be a little disappointed with that because he thinks he's got plenty of it.
.50 partnership between these two excellent players, 50 in just 4.5 overs.
Sheer number of runs have forced his way past Devon Conway as the #1 keeper and the opening batter into this New Zealand setup. He's really looked back since.
Pull, and that is the longer boundary, but it will make no difference because it's into the yellow seats.
No doubting the power of Finn Allen. Slightly short. Led back. Used straight away.
Balls for 6. Some hitters in there, aren't there? One ending his career and one just starting, from Russell to Abhishek Sharma. Don't waste deliveries, that is for certain. Some serious 6-hitters in the game. 58 from 5. best part of the day. Tuesday afternoon. And Chennai, well done. Terrific turnout. Here's Rohit around the wicket. They're so hard to stop. They've decided to go for it. Final over of the power play. They're going to go for it. Seifert and Allen, another boundary.
बच्चे मर जाएंगे भाई यही बात 6 ओवर में 70 लगा दी 6 भी पूरे भी नहीं हो गए जो बॉल मारते हैं कोई पकड़ नहीं रहा बस बाउंड्री पे जा रही है कोई उड़ के जा रही है कोई सीधी सीधी जा रही है
This is a powerful start 68 now
just a slower delivery. Both of these players that fail height is something that they're excellent at. Tim Seifert picks up length quickly, being a wicketkeeper as well. That goes with the territory. An area that he well against Afghanistan as well. 22% through that mid-wicket region. Close out with minimal damage here at the UAE.
Left arm seam under pressure. Captain came across to him. Mid-off foot pushed wider, the full toss. Now it's a barrage of boundaries. The bat of Tim Seifert.
You know, with that open foot that he has, it just allows him to be able to play near enough 360 degree. That's the biggest movement in his play. Hitting a lot more around the ground, just over pitch on this occasion. Just the angle across, he's got that wrist position where he won't swing the ball too much back in if there's not some assistance out of the wicket. Just the angle across, and all they're doing is just allowing the ball to come, playing it late, whether it's through the leg side or the offside.
As long as he can figure out what his plan is and try and get Seifert hitting one side. Right now, that boundary's all over. Lane's changing. Wasim's making a number of changes. There's a deep square leg. He's brought that fielder in. Earlier there was a long on. That's come to mid on, and mid off has dropped back to long on.
4 6 4 4 और चल रहा है
ये मार कौन सा प्लेयर रहा है
भाई वो दोनों कुट्टर मारा था एक साइफर आया हुआ दूसरी साइड से वो आया हुआ ये मैंने आया हुआ
Rohit is under serious pressure. Seifert is off to a serious flyer now.
The simplistic shot. See that front foot staying open, over pitch, not anything at all on that delivery. Hasn't found the right length at the moment. Three balls here to try and limit the damage. This is a power start from New Zealand openers.
Tough one, but he'd gone for 14 in his previous over. Last over of the power play. I think now Mohammad Wasim is regretting choice of bowler. Sixth over, always so important. He'd be so relieved, Rohit. Just a single.
Oh, sometimes when you come up against a team you're not sure about, what you want to do is have confidence into the nets. And Allen, well, he practiced range hitting. It's something he loves to do, and those invention shots. And when you've already got it in your knowledge in your bank and you're clear on your options, you just bring it out in the game. It's just the tick to training, the real specific way of going about it.
You'd say if bowler gets relief if Seifert takes a single, then you've got Finn Allen on strike 30 or 15 striking 200. That's what these two can do to oppositions. They both play a similar mould of aggressive, purposeful T20 cricket. Actually done well to close it out with 2 singles, but 20 of the final over of the power play. New Zealand 78 without loss. They'd love a slight breather, the UAE, to see if they can find a way back. It's time for drinks.
6 ओवर में 80 लगा दिया उन्हें। अगले 3-4 ओवर में फिर मैच खत्म हो जाएगा। 6 ओवर में मैच खत्म हो जाएगा।
You're going to see a lot of boundaries. They're a delight to watch. It's what crowds come in for. Shots all round. The minute the bowler tries to change the field, and gets into position to open it up.
One world champion, the ICC Men's T20 World Cup 2026. Presented by Emirates, premier partner of the ICC Men's T20 World Cup. Co-presented by Lexus, experience amazing. In association with Lakshmi, purity in our hearts, quality in your cards. Lakshmi Hana and Ashoka Punjabi Samosa, Desi at heart.
By New Zealand. Very much that order is around the left-hand, right-hand combinations. It's the 2 right-handers at the moment that are doing the job.
Seifert and Allen have blasted this New Zealand run chase off, and it's something that this very impressive crowd at the MA Chidambaram Stadium in Chepauk have enjoyed. It's a Tuesday afternoon where they've come in, school kids, families, excellent attendance. They love their cricket here at the Chepauk. Wonderful venue. Right, consolidates 7-14. Here's Heather. Just flattened a little bit. UAE. It's Wasim, the captain, not for the first time in this innings. Needs to pick themselves up and see if they can at least find a way in the form of a few dot balls, if not a wicket. Build some pressure. That won't help. It's going down with the angle. They're so keen on a wicket. Out of desperation, out of hope, Wasim might be tempted here. Natural angle looked like it was going to miss leg stump. He's thinking Mohammad Wasim. He takes it. TV umpire will have a look.
TV umpire director, we have play review for LBW. The decision is not out. It's a fair delivery. We go to front on, please. We're very close to the bat, so check for ultra edge, please. Ultra edge coming up now. Very close to the bat. No bat's goal, flat line, so we can get a ball track test ready. Ball track coming up now. Ball pitching in line, impact in line, and wickets umpire's call. You'll stay with your original decision of not out. Let you know when you're on screen. You're on screen now.
Well, I'll admit that was closer than I first thought. That was closer than Tim Seifert thought. It hit him on the back patch. Ball didn't have a long way to travel. ended up being a decent review. The on-field umpire thought it was missing, and therefore with a margin that's acknowledged the umpire's call, it'll stay with his decision.
Both of these players do like to play the spin off the back foot, especially Finn Allen. Seifert, someone that's worked on over the last couple of seasons, not just the bat change, but also hitting the spin a lot straighter. When he first came in, he very much big on the sweep shots. Only 25% of his shots were actually from the sweep shot. Now he's hitting it a lot straighter. And I think that with Finn Allen, we saw it bold in that first game. That particular type of delivery there, where Haider Ali is so good at being able to bring the stumps into play. He gets the ball shaping back in as well. Now on the press line.
Likes bowling to the right-handers. T2 wickets in his T20 career. Average of 11. Economy of less than 6. He's the only bowler who's going at less than 6 so far. He's got to use the pressure he's building one end. He can only get someone to back him up the other. Up and over. And Seifert goes to 50. Back-to-back in the ICC Men's T20 World Cup. He's taking the game away from the opposition again. 85 without loss.
Just so clear and relaxed in his game. It shows faith that New Zealand selectors had. He said, let's bring him back. He's an important factor. Great partnership that he's starting to form with Finn Allen at the top. And just someone that's really assured of his game. So vastly experienced around the world now. Tim Seifert, we've seen it 2 games in a row. This is with the New Zealand T20 World Cup. Onto the top of the tree as well in terms of most runs for the Men's T20 World Cup.
Yep, early days. Seifert done as well as anyone for 50s in as many games. Changing it up, here's Junaid Siddiqui. That's an extraordinary shot. It's a full ball. Managed to get the elevation off the back foot with a bit of width.
About his back foot play. Just have a look at this. All the weight was going backwards, but he's just loads that back in. That's what players are setting up for. They know that.
अच्छा 2:35 के बाद 2:37 की भी लगी है।
हाँ
2:37 किसी और ने लगाई है। सीडी वेंचर्स खेल रहा था बड़ी देर से 2:35 वाला।
वो एक ऊपर कर देते थे, एक ऊपर कर जो 25 होती थी 36 27 कर देते थे वो एक दफा में। वो जो जंग सारे बैठे वो एक बस ऊपर लगाते थे। एक दफा उन्होंने 3 भी लगाई ऊपर। आखिर में उनके बस हो गई थी।
Sets himself up, so he's just hanging that weight back, a little shimmy of the foot. Unbelievable power. Just to reload back. When you see the foot go back like that, it's that real coil, that front foot, that you know that you're getting nice energy through the ball. And that's where you see a batter ahead of a bowler at times, knowing what they're going to bowl, they set themselves up into positions. Made the field change that he was looking for.
Also on that occasion judge the bounce. Red soil surface, if that comes in any higher, find yourself in an awkward position. Backs himself to just stand and deliver. Boy, these two are delivering. To have batters, this intent and the impetus they provide in a run chase especially, have them in form on the business end, and New Zealand looking good. The win over Afghanistan still coming good tonight. Seifert and Finn Allen, hard to stop on their day. The umpire may not give this wide. Yes, that's because I think that's fair. It's Finn Allen's Walk, I think, towards off stump. Maybe it's still wide. Game out is looking stump.
मोहसिन नकवी को चाहिए कि मुल्तान सुल्तान की दोबारा करवा दें.
अब 10 साल के लिए तो नहीं होता.
Second fastest.
करवा देना जी, क्या अपना बोर्ड है, मैं जब मर्जी डालो टीम में. ये कौन सा
ये
ICC
बार
टूर्नामेंट.
ये इनके पैसे वापस करने पड़ जाएंगे ना जो अगलों के.
Bethel was very good. Needed all the runs he could get quick
ये
time.
तो कमिटमेंट के साथ आया ना कि 5 साल या 7 साल जितने साल बाद भी अगली टीम तब ऐड होंगे.
Hayden Markham started with the win last night. Launched by Allen. All the way for 6.
Well, this is a shot. You might have a sore shoulder at the moment, but it is not impacting him whatsoever with the striking of the ball. That is just the ball in the slot. What a beautiful extension through. He hit the most sixes in the BBL competition leading into this, and he has just continued on that form.
Second tier. Finn Allen. I think that's gone off the batter. So that's going to hurt Seifert. They're not sparing anyone, not even each other. 97 without loss.
I said they were great mates, but I don't know what much trouble would have been on the back of this. How hard does he hit this one, Ronak? Oh, that's a bit of self-protection. I'll hand that over to you. See, you cost me 4, mate.
Good buddies, no hard feelings. Full of bruises. The only thing I'd say is the way they're both hitting it, I don't think you need to worry about a quick single, so just stay back. Give yourself enough time to get out of the way. There's no way he's getting out of the way of that. Any pictures, video. The action continues in Colombo. Early days of the tournament, yet we've had so many talking points, thrilling games, results that set us up. And Pakistan, who had more than a scare against the Netherlands the opening day, and the United States, who troubled India, made them sweat at the Wankhede. This one should be fun. Remember the history these two teams have last tournament. Bit of payback, perhaps, for Pakistan. Probably not another super over in Colombo.
It's the guy that will sort of hit that niggly length. Not as much assistance in this type of wicket, but has that leg cutter. We just saw he rolls his finger over the ball. He's got 3 fielders out on the leg side. I want to encourage both of these guys to bowl those straighter lines and get hit into the leg side. Just like similar to UAE when they were batting, New Zealand were trying to force an error. Difficult wicket to pick up type of dismissals here. And I've learned here on it. You'd hate to be a bowler. There's not too much assistance whatsoever.
As bowlers have had little answers, Giddy, these two. 100 partnership comes up. Well, when we never settled on the term power play, this is exactly what they thought of. Two batters going hard, going aerial, using their power, maximising restrictions. Perfect template. Now it continues. Oh, just drill down the ground, so easy for Finn Allen.
It's just that length, isn't it, that he just puts it in. Good traditional length, but he needs to reform like this, and there's nothing in the wicket in terms of assistance. as a batter is just step through and hit the ball nice and straight. That's all that Finn Allen's done.
Well, that is 50 for Finn Allen as well. It's good buddy Seifert's gone past 50. And together, they've just soared New Zealand to a position of strength and comfort. Just 27 balls, a first in the ICC Men's T20 World Cup, striking at 185.
You feel like you get no respite at either end. One striking at 208, one striking at 185. Just targeted their bowlers, the deliveries that they want to. It's a real statement opening partnership here for New Zealand.
Just hit me. It's in the slot. There is no stopping Seifert and Allen. Hemorrhaging runs are the UAE, 109 after 9.
Staying a little bit leg side, and then all these runners hit the ball nice and early. How to play that straight. Just those consistent length areas is what's predictable for these batters. This one of pace bowlers with someone that's got a sore shoulder like Finn Allen. Then you look to go a little bit shorter to him.
27, Allen 50 of 27, both still out there, both giving Mohammad Wasim in the UAE plenty to think about. He's running out of options. He's gone back to the left arm of Rohit, just taken down in the final over of the power play. He's got the 34 of his 2, and this just tells you Mohammad Wasim is keen to still go to his frontline bowlers. Seifert got 50 in the last game. Finn Allen missed out. Not going to miss out tonight, especially when you identify that this is a bowling attack that I could put pressure on. Falls in the slot. Put down the spin. Given him a lot of confidence. So just comfortable with the pace of the wicket. All the shots came out.
At the field they've got set here, they've got that square leg fielder up to, so that would indicate it, because he's got that angle across, he's going to go even wider. Deep point, deep backward point as well, probably more of a forward cover, and then that long off, so expect him to be able to angle the ball across. As a batter, with that angle, you just look to adjust how lately you hit it or how early you hit it, depending on what areas that you want to hit over. Opportunity up and over that extra cover fielder that's in place.
Excellent effort. Fielders hedging their bets as to where they want to stand. They're not quite at the boundary, so to cut the angle. So Khan's done extremely well. Picks up pace on this outfield.
Allen's setting up quite similar to Tim Seifert as well. He's got a very open stance. All he's doing is saying, I'm going to try and track the ball as late as I can.
All the carnage and the boundaries. I'm going to appreciate Rohit there, because he's bowled 4 balls, he's not given a boundary, and outside the power play now he's actually bowling to a field. Got protection on the offside, he's either going full or into the wicket face off. Tap, this is good response, the kind of thing Lalchan Rathod will make note of.
Good over, just singles and 2 and singular 2 off, and it just shows if you're really clear in terms of what your plan is, which is bowl wide hole, getting hit into the bigger field. You try and then say, okay, can we force him to be able to hit it across the leg side or do something different? Something special. Long way out here, the UAE. Just something special.
Sometimes it's just going to your lead overs plans early. You have batters like this. Defensive skills come into play. He's had to reach for that. In spite of the best of efforts from the fielder at long off. Good over from Ruin, finishes with another boundary. New Zealand 119 without loss after 10.
Get the power of end-to-end home buying in the palm of your hand. Alpha brings real estate, mortgage, and title together in one place, which saves home buyers an average of $8,000 at closing. Buy smarter and safe with Alpha.
So many of us are shackled by our fear of the future. Once you understand your strength and destiny have for you, you will be free to embrace the future with inner peace and joy. Call me today for a happy, healthy, and prosperous life.
Halfway stage, flying along. Service looks fantastic. That is enjoying it at the moment. Ahmedabad. Next up, it's a Saturday evening. That's the 7 p.m. game up against South Africa. Won in their opening encounter yesterday. Back to Chennai for Canada game on the 17th. New Zealand's fixtures. At the moment, everything's quite comfortably sunny. Evening to you.
Good evening, yes. It looks like a stroll in the park for New Zealand at the moment. 54 needed of 59. All wickets in hand. Seifert and Allen batting as if they're batting in the nets. And the nets where the coach and the captain says to you, last round, throw your bats at everything. That's exactly how they're batting.
Standout performer Haider Ali. Last over him 16 runs. The Seamers who have the distance. 2 overs for 44, 2 overs for 34.
It didn't seem to have learned from what the lengths that the New Zealand quick bowlers bowled. Hardly ever bowled short. It's nothing at all. Everything is been in that 6-meter slot. Looking at the mayhem around you, you've got to say Haider's been absolutely outstanding. Just 17 runs in his bowling his last 2 deliveries. He's been absolutely outstanding. Look at the figures for everybody else.
Well, prior to that, Sonny, you'd only conceded 1 boundary, but that is a shot of high quality to bring up the second boundary of Haider Ali's bowling.
Yes, commentators, guys, they keep saying that's exactly what it was. The 17 runs and then the reverse sweep. Now what a magnificent shot this is.
Goes again, and 4 more. A 10 off the last 2 deliveries of Haider's spell. 4 overs, none for 27 for him. New Zealand 131 without.
2 back-to-back reverse sweeps. This is the quicker delivery. And there you are. First one was hit officially, this one was swept along the ground. No wonder Haider is upset. That should have been stopped.
This is the second time in New Zealand's T20 World Cup history that they had a partnership over 100 for any wicket against any opposition. This one today. one was Martin Guptill and Glenn Phillips in Scotland. Nine apiece. Two, Seifert will come back.
Well, apart from the boundaries and the sixes that we've seen, it's a running between the wickets between these two that's been outstanding too. I mean, when you're hitting the boundaries and the sixes with so much ease, you don't really want to push yourself. But then that said, if you're the batter who's getting the sixes, why don't you want to be at the striker's end? You want to be at the striker's end.
Just be the one. The number that backs that up, Sonny. You look at the dot balls. UAE had 43 dot balls in their innings. New Zealand had 12. 12 only. We're over the halfway stage.
There's just 2 overs out of the 11.2, which you could say were dot balls. They're rushing the ball.
Of those 12, 8 of them from Hyderabad. That's good. Good work. And cover from the captain.
Have a look at where Finn Allen has been hitting the ball. Quick movement.
Assalaमुअलैकुम इमरान भाई जो कल मैंने आपके साथ डिस्कस किया था तो भाई पूछ रहे हैं कि होटल बुकिंग और टिकट डमी चल जाएगी जो इंटरव्यू में शो करनी है और कुछ है और पूछना था मैं कर देता हूँ मैं वो तो प्रिंट आउट वहाँ से मिल जाएगा हमको जो खैर से जो बारिश वारिश लगी हुई है मैं कहता आराम से जाएँ
95 लाख की स्टेटमेंट अच्छी
95 लाख अल्लाह खैर करे
तो मैंने पूछा था उससे मुझे नए फॉर्म के ऊपर भी ना वो लिखा हुआ है पाकिस्तान
भाई को वो सारी चीज़ें ये समझा देने के इंटरव्यू में
मैं बंदे को चढ़ गया वहाँ पे अगर तू जो पेपर दे रहा है एग्जीबिशन का उसके ऊपर लिखा हुआ है प्रोडक्शन मैनेजर वो लेटर दे रहा है कहता है वो मैंने पता किया है तो कहते हैं पाकिस्तान में ऑनलाइन काम कर रहा है हमारी फर्म के लिए हमारा प्रोडक्शन मैनेजर
ठीक है
कहते हैं इनके फार्म के ऊपर तो प्रोडक्शन मैनेजर का मेंशन नहीं कर सकते जो फार्म है
अमेरिका का एम्बेसी का
सबमिट होना
हाँ
और उसमें तो मेरी मेंशन किया है कि ऑनलाइन फॉर्म में काम कर रहा है
अल्लाह खैर
और उसमें कैटलॉग दे दिए अपने ना एक्सेसरीज की
हाँ तो जिस बंदे ने ये लेटर दिया था
हाँ एक्सेसरीज की कैटलॉग दे दिया जो इंस्ट्रूमेंट है
वो भाई से कहा था इंस्ट्रूमेंट भी पढ़ ले कौन सा लगा ले जरा
और वो पूछ ले तो ये बता कि ये मैं इसको तो
ऐसे ही है
बेसिक ये चीज़ें हैं
तो कहना पर रुकना नहीं है जो आप देते हो
वो तो मेरी बहन को सुना रहा है क्वेश्चन मेरे बेटे को सुना रहा है मैं उसको
नहीं फुल प्रैक्टिस करके जा रहा है मुझे अल्लाह खैर करे टेंशन तो है जी टाइम लगा हुआ है इंतज़ार किया है इतना पैसा लगा हुआ है अल्लाह खैर करे
Adopting New Zealand as one of their home teams with 3 games here in this venue. One of the favourite New Zealand sons in this part of the world. Catch up, they were so slow.
Well, Junaid went it's gone for 34 in his 2 overs, 17 runs per over. This top ball, slower delivery, ball rifle to the umpire. His partner's Roland Black, batting in his 45th T20 International. slower delivery, slower short bounce up. Good effort there. One thing you've got to say about the UAE fielding is they've given it everything. Their bowlers have been taken for runs, all right, but the fielding has been top class. Great effort.
That leg stump maybe just outside. They started their campaign against Afghanistan here a couple of days ago. A really good win. The 18th over. It's down that 182. Ahmedabad Saturday evening, and then back Canada match Chennai 17th. Target for them was that Afghanistan game to kick things off and need to back it up, which they've done so far today.
चल मैं चेक करके बताता हूँ तुझे मान ली एक जवाब आ गया उसका भी अभी
So well between two fielders, deep mid wicket. There's a long on as well, almost a six.
मान भी टिकट लाजमी है टिकट लाजमी बनानी है और होटल बुकिंग भी चल जाएगी वो कह रहा टिकट लाजमी है और होटल बुकिंग डमी चल जाएगी अच्छा मान भी इस दफ़ा शारजा माल से इसके बिल नहीं आया इंटरनेट का पे किया ना उन्होंने
Run rate plus 2.85 courtesy of their win. Canada 1.16. It'll climb up a little bit depending on how quickly they can get the job done here today.
Yes. There's 29 needed, 43 deliveries. Won't be a surprise if we get it next 10 deliveries maybe.
हेलो इकराश भाई गुड इवनिंग यार इकराश भाई ये रिजवान ने 31st की फाइल बनाया है इसमें इंटरनेट बिल पे किया है इसमें वाशर लगा हुआ है उसके साथ बिल नहीं लगाया मैंने उसको मैसेज किया कल सुबह का वो रिप्लाई देखा ही नहीं उसमें अभी तक मैसेज
क्लीन अप योर टॉयज दादा दादी आ रहे हैं QCB ये क्या सिखा रहे हो QCB with VC मम्मी पापा के लिए कोट कंपेयर बाय with visitors coverage अब ट्रैवल इंश्योरेंस खरीदना is as simple as ABC QCB with VC visitorscoverage.com buy travel insurance online is as simple as ABC
New Zealand to go 2 from 2 to start the ICC Men's T20 World Cup 2026. Fun to continue. Deep mid wicket. That's the area. It's gone for 6 more off the bat of Finn Allen.
Well, that's deep into mid wicket. Not only deep mid wicket, deep into mid wicket. Once again in the slot, and he's gone a little bit outside the off stump.
यार हम अभी ज़रा फेसबुक पे एक पेज तो ज़रा चेक करना साकिब व्लॉग्स के नाम से
77. And if he gets all the 23 runs needed for a win, he gets to 100.
You might have to do it this over, Sonny. Should be 2. Well, by the way, it was Finn Allen's 100th T26. Internationals. He's gone one ahead of Tim Seifert, his mate at the other end.
What an incentive for Seifert as well, isn't it? Catch up with you, mate. 173 Martin Guptill, 107 Coleman, but Glenn Phillips doesn't look likely to get a back today.
Straight down the ground. Just be the one. But
Thank you very much.
he's dived after it, but too late. It was too wide.
चैट जीपीटी मुझे ज़रा इस बात का आंसर दो ना, ये साकिब क्लोज का एक पेज है, इसमें फॉलो की ऑप्शन क्यों नहीं आ रही, यहाँ पे लाइक की ऑप्शन आ रही है.
One can understand what the bowler's mental process would be. If the bowler at the stumps, they're being clobbered here and there. So maybe look to go a little bit wide of the bat swing.
This time out to backward point and finds the gap.
Well, you bowl at your pace, normal pace, 128, go a little bit.
यार साकबे, मैंने ना उससे पता किया है चैट जीपीटी से, तो चैट जीपीटी कहता है कि ये कोई मसला नहीं है, जब आप यहाँ पे किसी को लाइक करते हो ना तो ऑटोमेटिकली आपका फॉलोअर बन जाता है. तो आप ये ऑप्शन चेक कर सकते हो कि ऊपर जो 3 डॉट्स हैं उस पर क्लिक करो ना तो वहाँ पे फॉलो का ऑप्शन शो हो रहा होता है. अभी तो ज़रा ये चेक करना, मैं एक हमज़ा आतिफ़ ही नाम है ना फेसबुक का, मैं हमज़ा आतिफ़ के नाम से पेज को लाइक करता हूँ तो देख तेरे पास नोटिफिकेशन किस चीज़ का आता है, फॉलोअर का आता है या लाइक का आता है. हमज़ा भी यार ये 1 मिनट के लिए ज़रा इसको फॉलो करना है. लाइक ठीक है, ये लाइक्ड हो गया. ये देख, मैंने तुझे ना हमज़ा आतिफ़ के एक आईडी के नाम से मैंने तुझे फॉलो किया है, लाइक किया है तेरे पेज को, और जब मैंने सेटिंग्स में जाके देखा तो वहाँ पे फॉलोइंग लिखा हुआ आ गया कि मतलब कि ये तेरा फॉलोअर है. अबे ओ भाई ये तेरे फॉलोअर्स ज़कात मांगने पर आ गए हैं यार। अपनी अपनी ज़रा क्लास को थोड़ा सा ऊपर कर, लोग मैसेजेस कर करके ज़कात मांग रहे हैं। यार चैट जीपीटी कह रहा है कि जो फेसबुक का नया लेआउट आया है ना, उसके अंदर ये बग है। किसी को फॉलो का बटन शो होता है, किसी को लाइक का बटन शो होता है। अभी मैंने तुझे एक, मेरे साथ भाई बैठे हुए ऑफिस में, मैंने इनकी आईडी से तुझे फॉलो किया है अभी। तो जब मैंने नोटिफिकेशन देखे हैं तो नोटिफिकेशन में अभी तक वो शो नहीं हो रहा, बट उसके पास तू फॉलोअर्स में चला गया है। मैंने फिर ऊपर 3 डॉट्स पे भी जाके चेक किया, वहाँ पे भी तू शो हो रहा है। अबे ये क्या किया है इसने? एक दिन के अंदर $25 कैसे बना लिए इसने? जो कल $25 थे
आज 50 हो गए,
आज 50 हो गए। इसकी कोई वीडियो चली हुई है शायद।
भाई हमें भी पुराने के लग के आ रहे होंगे।
नहीं, कल मैंने चेक किया है यार। कल मैंने शाम को 24.70 थे। अभी इस टाइम 25.47 हो गया। सीरी यार ये क्या बकवास है, ये दिनों में जाएगी।
जब ये रोज लग के आते हैं समझ नहीं लगती किधर से लग के आ रहे हैं।
नहीं वो इस पे ना मैंने कल देखा है एक जगह पे, मुझे शो कर रहा था कि किस किस चीज़ के आए हैं पैसे।
लाइक्स के भी आते हैं,
स्टोरी के लाइक्स के। ये भाई जो ज़कात मांग रहा बंदा, ये मैंने उसका नंबर सेंड कर दिया तुझे। और मुझे एक बात बता, कल रात से या कल के दिन में तेरी कोई वीडियो वायरल हुई भी है? मतलब किसी के ऊपर ज़्यादा अच्छी रीच आई हुई है नॉर्मल से ज़्यादा? मुझे ज़रा बता, क्योंकि मैंने कल चेक किया, कल तेरा अकाउंट ओपन किया तो उसमें पैसे पड़े हुए थे, $25 पड़े हुए थे। अभी मैंने ओपन किया तो वो $50 हो गए। मतलब कि एक दिन के अंदर $25 तेरा ऐड हुआ उस्ताद। तो ये बड़ा फिट जा रहा काम उस्ताद तेरा। इसको मन के रख। मैं तो कहता हूँ उठते बैठते वीडियो बना, सो रहा है, वॉशरूम जा रहा है, नहा रहा है, वीडियो बना। ये डकी शकी बहन अभी नहीं वीडियो बनाते थे। इस लड़के ने काम किया हमजा भाई तकरीबन 1.5 साल,
और $1 भी नहीं बना।
1.5 साल में काम करके इस महीने 1 फरवरी को ये मोनेटाइज हुआ है। और मैंने जो चैनल 29 को शुरू किया ना फेसबुक का, मैं कल चेक कर रहा था, उसके ऊपर सिर्फ़ और सिर्फ रह गए हैं एक कैटेगरी रहेगी, बाकी सारी मैंने पूरी कर दी है। वो है 1.5 लाख मुझे चाहिए व्यूज़, 178 हो गए मेरे पास, 78,000।
मतलब एक ही वीडियो चलती जाएगी तो आप मोनेटाइज हो जाएंगे।
हाँ, मैं सिर्फ उसका वेट कर रहा हूँ कि वो एक वीडियो मेरी बस चले।
मतलब फेसबुक पे मोनेटाइजेशन बहुत आसान है।
फेसबुक के ऊपर आसान है, यूट्यूब की वीडियो को हम खुद नहीं दिखा सकते लोगों को, इसके ऊपर हम खुद भी दिखा सकते हैं। मतलब ग्रुपों के अंदर शेयर कर करके, कम्युनिटीज़ के अंदर शेयर करो तो वो लोग देखते रहते हैं। ये मेरे 30 दिन के व्यूज़ आ रहे हैं, ये भी आज के इसके अंदर ऐड नहीं हुआ है। मोनेटाइजेशन के अंदर जो मेन चीज़ होती है ना, पैसा जो देती है वो देती है ये वाली, और मेरे इसके अंदर सिर्फ एक चीज़ रह गई है, एक ऑप्शन रह गई है। वो ऑप्शन क्या है? वो ये ऑप्शन है कि भाई गेट एटलीस्ट 1,50,000 यूनिक व्यूज़ ओवर द लास्ट 28। तो 28 दिनों में मुझे इतना व्यू चाहिए, 71,000 मेरे पास हो चुका हुआ है। बस 28 दिन का ये कट्टा पूरा करना तो मेरी मोनेटाइजेशन ऑन है। फिर मज़ा आएगा भाई, फिर तो टप काम करेंगे। यूट्यूब पे टाइम ज़ाया किया है यार।
पेशिया कार्ड स्ट्रीम चली।
चलो हम इस पे देख लेंगे यार।